Okay, good. I'm just a minute late. Okay. Now I need to go find a child. Hey, come back here. We're reading.
Time to go.
Dolly, come on, man. It's bedtime. Bring your balloon. Get into bed. Yeah. Where is your phone? You have to search for your phone now? Great. Okay. All right. You ready? Oh, here. What's going on with your toe? Absolutely nothing here. There, better, better. Okay. So now. So last night we learned about Naomi and Ruth, and how the son becomes the grandfather of David. Okay, so we're at Call in the Night. What in the world? Can we maybe pause this? You and your weird SpongeBob compilations. No, but baby, this is making really weird noises, and I'm not a fan. Okay? So keep it low at the very least, okay? Hundreds of years have passed since the Israelites settled in the promised land of Canaan. During that time, they often turned from God to worship heathen idols. As a result, they have become weak, almost slaves of their enemies, the Philistines. To some, it seems that God has forgotten his promise to make Israel strong. Book of 1 Samuel begins. You are going to pop that balloon. At the tabernacle at Shiloh, Eli, the high priest, watches the faithful come to worship. He notices a woman, and suddenly he becomes angry. Yes, siren child. Okay, ready? Is that better? Do you feel good now? Now we've done that? She acts as if she's drunk. How dare she insult God? That is going to hurt. Angrily, he accuses her. No, I am not drunk. I am unhappy. And in my sorrow, I poured out my heart to God, asking him to help me. Go in peace, Hannah, and may God grant thee thy prayer. Hannah is so happy that she rushes out of the tabernacle to find her husband. Oh gosh. Oh, Elkanah, I prayed to God for a son, and Eli blessed me and asked God to give me what I prayed for, a son. I too pray that God will grant you your prayer. Good answer. God, well, good. Dyslexia. God answers Hannah's prayer. And when the boy is old enough to leave his mother, she brings him to Eli. When I asked God for a son, I promised that he would serve the Lord all his life. So I brought him here to be trained in God's house. His name is Samuel. Hey! Oh gosh, there goes the balloon. Alright.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, oh gosh. God bless you, Hannah. Leave the boy with me, and I will teach him to be a servant of the Lord. Samuel stays with Eli and eagerly learns what God expects of those who serve him. Each year, when Hannah and her husband come to worship, she brings Samuel a new coat. It's just like a priest's robe. Thank you, Mother. Old Eli is proud of Samuel, but he is broken-hearted when he thinks of his own two sons. As priests, they have sinned against God and cheated the people. Eli knows that he too is guilty because he has done nothing to stop them. In a heathen temple, Eli, the high priest of Israel, knows that God has spoken to his young helper Samuel. Samuel doesn't want to repeat the message, but Eli insists. God says, Eli's sons are wicked, and Eli has not tried to stop them. They will be punished for the evil they have done. The Lord will do what is just. Word spreads that God has spoken to Samuel, and as Samuel grows up, all Israel knows that he is a true prophet of God. If only our priests were men of God like Samuel, how long must we suffer under the lying and cheating of Eli's sons? Mark my words, they will bring about their own destruction. Suddenly, a war breaks out with the Philistines. A fierce battle rages, and the Israelites are badly defeated. We've lost 4,000 men. What can we do? I have it. If we bring the sacred ark here, maybe it will save us. Yes. Send for the ark right away. Eli's 2 sons go with the others to get the sacred ark from the tabernacle. When they bring it to camp, the Israelites shout with so much joy that they are heard in the Philistine camp. The way the Israelites are shouting, you'd think they have won the battle. Send someone to find out what's going on. The messenger returns with startling news. They've brought the ark of their God into camp. You mean the same God who sent so many plagues on the Egyptians that they had to free the Israelites? How can we fight that kind of power? You are gonna pop it, D'Alessandro. Be careful. You gotta be. No, don't do that either, baby. You have to be gentle with your things, otherwise they're all going to break. You haven't even had that inflated for a day. I'm not gonna go out and find you a new one. Okay, you got this special from Miss Frank. You need to be gentle with that. The Philistines attack, but the Israelites believing in the power of the ark, counterattack with sudden fury. Capture the ark and they'll give up. D'Alessandro, get off of it. Please, be gentle with something. The ark is captured, and the Israelites flee in terror. A messenger takes the news to Eli. The battle is lost. Your sons are dead, and the Philistines have captured the ark. The ark? Captured? At the news, Eli falls and breaks his neck. Meanwhile, the Philistines triumphantly carry the ark home and place it in the temple of their god Dagon. But in the morning, a turning point. From 1 Samuel chapter 5, verse 3 through 7, verse 10. With shouts of triumph, the Philistines placed the sacred ark of God in their heathen temple. To them it is a sign that the Philistine god Dagon has conquered the God of Israel. But the next morning the idol lies on its face before the ark. The priest replaced the idol, and on the following morning, look, our great god Dagon lies broken before the ark of the Israelites. So the ark is taken from one Philistine city to another, and in each city a plague breaks out. Not a family has escaped this strange illness. Our fields are overrun with mice. I tell you, a curse has been put upon the city. Philistines soon realized that their troubles began when they captured the holy ark of Israel. Finally, they returned the ark to Israel. But Israel is worshiping idols. The ark is placed in a house and almost forgotten. But after years of struggle under the Philistines, the Israelites are ready to listen when Samuel speaks. Return to the Lord. Worship him with all your hearts, and God will deliver you from the Philistines. Samuel is right. Let us throw away our idols and worship God. Let us all go to the city of Mizpah and pray together. You've got the crazies.
You've got a quickie.
Yeah. Eagerly the people follow this man who speaks boldly for God. By the thousands they set out. But the great march to Mizpah is discovered by the Philistines. If thousands of Israelites are massing at Mizpah, it can mean only one thing. They plan to attack us. They'll strike before they do, and this time it will crush them so badly they'll never fight again. Meanwhile, at Mizpah, the Israelites assembled before an altar to God. Forgive thy people, Lord, and help them. They have torn down the idols and repented for having turned away from thee. At least one of us is tired. Suddenly, a loud shout rings through the camp. Help! The Philistines are coming! Ask God to save us, Samuel, or we will all be killed. The prophet speaks. 1 Samuel 7:10 through 9:20. The Philistine army prepares for a rush attack on the Israelites gathered at Mizpah. On the hilltop, Samuel offers a sacrifice and prays to God for help. This time we'll teach them a lesson they won't forget. The Philistines are within battle. But when the Philistines are in battle rage, a sudden storm breaks. We can fight the Israelites, but we can't fight the God of thunder and lightning. God has answered our prayer. Let's go after them. The Philistine defeat is a turning point in Israel's history. Never again do the Philistines invade Israel while Samuel is its leader. To remind his people that it was God who helped them win their victory, Samuel erects a stone, which he calls Ebenezer, stone of help. For years, Samuel judges the people of Israel, and there is peace. But as he grows old, the tribal leaders become worried. Samuel, you are growing old, and your sons are not worthy to take your place as judge of Israel. Give us a king like other nations have. I will pray to God about your request. Later, the Lord has told me to warn you what a king will do. He will send your sons to battle, your daughters will become his servants, and your best crops will be used to feed his court. It may be so, but we still want a king. Again, Samuel prays to God. Then, God wants me to do as you have asked. Go home, and I will send word when I have found a king for you. A few days later, Samuel sets out eagerly for the gate of the city. Yesterday, God told me that today I would meet a man here who is the one to be king of Israel. At the gate, a young farmer who was looking for his lost donkey stopped Samuel. I need help. Can you tell me where I might find the prophet Samuel? I am the prophet. Don't worry about your donkeys. They have been found. Come with me to worship the Lord, and tomorrow I will tell you great things that are in store for you. Great things? For me? What does he mean? First Samuel 9:20 through 11:7. Test for a king. The young farmer, Saul, is stunned when Samuel tells him that great things are in store for him. They worship God together, and Samuel invites Saul to a special feast. Why should this young man be so highly honored? Samuel makes no explanation to his guests. Early the next morning, he accompanies Saul and his servant as they leave the city. Send your servant on ahead, Saul. I have a message for you from God. The Lord has anointed you to rule over his people. Call on the Lord, and he will be with you. Surprised and a little frightened at all that has happened, Saul starts home. But on the way, the Spirit of God comes to him. However, when he reaches home, he does not tell anyone that he has been anointed king. When Saul calls the people to Mizpah, Saul goes too. Before all Israel, Saul makes a surprising announcement. God has chosen Saul to rule over you. Where is he? A search is quickly made, and Saul, who was awed by the thought of being king, is found hiding. When he is brought forth, the people shout, "Long live the king!" At Mizpah, the people shouted their praises to Saul. But after he returns home, some complain. Fine thing, there goes our king back to the farm. He'll be no help to us. Saul's test as a leader comes when he returns home from his fields one day and finds the whole village weeping. What's the matter? Haven't you heard? The Ammonites have surrounded Jabesh. They threatened to put out an eye of every man in the city. will show the Ammonites they can't threaten Israel. It's no use. You'll never get enough people to help you fight the Ammonites. I'm king, and I'll make them fight. Big talk. Wait until he tries to back it up. By order of the king. 1 Samuel 11-13, verse 9. When word comes that the Ammonites have surrounded an Israelite city, Saul faces his first test as king. To his amazement and anger, he discovers that some of his people are afraid to fight. He acts at once. By order of the king, we are to kill the oxen of any man who refuses to defend his country. I'll join the army right now. An army is quickly formed, and Saul attacks at dawn. Caught by surprise, the Ammonites are defeated. Ammonites. Proud of their victory, the Israelites shout their praises to Saul. Sure, they're all for you today. What about the men who didn't want you to be king? They should be killed. No man shall be put to death for that. What are you doing? You goofy boy. I wish you would stop doing that. Now that Israel has a king, Samuel prepares to withdraw from his position as judge of Israel. But before he does, he calls the people together and speaks to them as the prophet of God. Obey the Lord and serve your king, and all will be well with you. But if you return to any of your wicked ways, you shall be destroyed, both you and your king. Spurred on by his victory over the Ammonites, Saul forms a standing army and prepares to win his people's freedom from the Philistines. His son, Jonathan, makes a successful attack on the Philistine garrison, and again Israel cheers. But when word reaches the main army of the Philistines, take 30,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen, and all our infantry, set up a camp at Michmash. Maybe. From there, we can send out raiding parties that will draw Saul from his stronghold at Gilgal. In spite of former victories, many of the Israelites lose courage when they see the size of the enemy forces. The Philistines outnumber us by thousands. I'm hiding out until this is over. There's a pit down in the valley. I'll hide there. Even in the camp of King Saul, the soldiers are afraid. A raid on a Philistine garrison is one thing. Fighting the whole Philistine army is another. The men are losing their nerve. We can't wait much longer for Saul to come and offer the sacrifice to God. You're right. We'll wait no longer. I'll make the offering. From 1 Samuel 13:10-15:14. The Israelites watch with growing terror as the Philistine army sets up camp at Michmash. Saul, afraid that his people will panic, loses faith in God's guidance. Instead of waiting for Samuel to offer the sacrifice, I'll do it when we're done with this little part, okay? Instead of waiting for Saul to offer the sacrifice, he makes the offering himself. He no sooner finishes than he sees Saul coming. I was afraid my people would flee before you got here, so I offered the sacrifice. You have disobeyed God. You cannot do that and hold your kingdom. Okay. Can I finish? Meantime, instead of making an open attack, the Philistines send out raiding parties to draw Saul from camp. But Saul will not come out. His son, Prince Jonathan, decides to take action. Let's attack the Philistine garrison by ourselves. I am with you. Secretly, Jonathan and his armor bearer leave camp. Oh boy, what is happening here? When they reach the foot of the cliff that leads to the Philistine garrison, the enemy dares them to come up and fight. Boldly, Jonathan and his friends scale the cliff. Follow me, for with the Lord there is no need for large numbers. At the top, they attack with such daring that the Philistines flee in panic. In their confusion, the Philistines even attack one another. When Saul learns the Philistines are retreating and discovers that it is Jonathan who has attacked them, he leads his army against the enemy and drives them back to their own country. Hey, hey, hey. Shh. After this victory, Saul attacks the other enemies of Israel and drives them away. But the raids of the desert tribe of the Amalekites continue. Finally, Samuel calls Saul to him. The Lord wants you to destroy the Amalekites who have been enemies of Israel. Thank you. Ever since our people left Egypt, bring nothing away with you, for this is not a war of gain to gain wealth. Saul attacks the Amalekites and drives them back toward Egypt, but he brings the best of the sheep and oxen home with him. At Gilgal, he comes face to face with Samuel. I have obeyed the commandment of God, destroyed the Amalekites. If you have obeyed God, then what is the meaning of the noise of sheep and cattle I hear? Okay, we'll stop there for tonight. Where did my bookmark go? Oh boy. Where's the picture of you? Oh, it's right there. All right, we'll finish there for tonight because you're crazy. Here, you ready? Want me to do it? Here, we'll do it for the live stream too. Okay, ready? You hold it like this, and then you go. It works. Well, I'm glad that that's what you wanted to do. Here, have the balloon. You goof. Hey, you getting into bed or what? Alright, let's call it a night here. Siren child. Alright. Good night, everyone. I must turn my siren child off now. Gosh. Crazy boy.